Remember, knowledge, it ain't free. You gotta pay attention and don't believe the hype.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
For some, they say it's the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. For us, it's about potential financial opportunities. Never bring a knife to a gunfight, and make no mistake, big money is up for grabs and this is a fight. Never settle for second best. The Past the Wire annual Kentucky Derby seminar. Nobody does it better. Preparation is key. Be better prepared, delve deeper, stealth. They won't see us coming and they won't know we're there. Money management, ticket structure, pace, all the intangibles, thoroughgraph, everything that matters to make it count, to have that edge. In the end, if things go as planned, it'll be like we stole the money. This is important, so you're going to want to remember it. If you're a cat and you want to become a lion, you're going to have to lose your taste for rats.
Hey, Sure Bet Coffee. Put that giddy up in your cup. That giddy up in your cup. Sure Bet Coffee. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
There's a lot of ways to handicap a horse race and a lot of ways to bet on it. But nobody that I know does it like Gio Setti and his full card, precise order handicap. Every horse in the race gets a predicted order of finish like only Gio can do, way beyond a deep dive, available exclusively on select days at Past the Wire. Himself, Frankie Dettori. Ciao, Frankie, tutto a posto.
It's a posto. Yes, that's a good start. So you haven't lost your Italian.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, presented by Am Wager.
Tracking trips at Past the Wire. There is no better time than now to join and ride with this clan. We'll be your second set of expert trained eyes. We ain't gonna buy you a fish. Sure, we'll give you some, but more importantly, we'll show you how to fish and make you a better. CAWs, sharks in the water, no problem. We'll go against anybody, and we have the track record to prove it. Big days, big pools, and select days all year long. Well, I'll play them all. Looking for an ace? You're in the right place. Want to find that diamond? Be with us. Want to know more? Just ask a member or visit us at pastthewire.com and check out the tracking trips page. Nobody does it better.
Well, hello everyone. Here we are in another weekend. Derby trail time. And today we are going to go and see the Tampa Bay Derby. So it's Derby trail still. But let's do a little quick recap of last week. it was not a bad day there. I mean, we just missed the pick six. I know we went crazy. Call me crazy. We went into a pick six. We didn't do too bad, but we still came up short on that. Um, this is how crazy I was. I missed the pick six that day by one. Then I went the very next day again, Gulfstream Park, played the pick six again, and got 5 winners and 1 second on that day, on Sunday. So here we are again this weekend, and we're going to try to go back to our pick 5. We're going to try to do that. So we're going to tackle Tampa Bay, but before we do that, though, I do want to say one thing. If you have any questions whatsoever, if you have questions even about Oaklawn Park, Torpedo Anna is back at it, back in action on Saturday at Oaklawn Park. I did that card too, so if you have any questions about that card, just shoot me an email right there at Charles Past the Wire. And if you got any questions about claiming, buying, whatever about horses, owning horses, just shoot me an email and I'll answer your questions. And then, of course, always hit that subscribe button right down below, right down over here. And if you see that little bell, hit that little bell there and you will get every one of my shows, of course, obviously. And of course, you'll get some of the John's and Gio's shows also. So let's go in and let's go and try to tackle another Derby prep. I have to say one thing, journalism is now definitely my top pick for the Derby. It's going to be hard for another horse to win me over now. They're going to have to do a lot of good things. So let's just see what happens there on that aspect. But right now, journalism is on my top pick. But I'm going to tell you right now, my second pick in that so far is pretty wide open. And there might be one horse in this Tampa Bay Derby, I think right now is slightly my second choice. But let's see how this horse does. And remember, you do not have to win this race. It's the next set of races that you really got to show some really improvement and win, like the Florida Derby, Bluegrass, San Diego Derby, Wood. So anyway, let's go at this race now. We're going to hit the ninth race, which is this one's on the turf. This is for 4-year-olds and up. Grade 2 for fillies and mares. So we're going to jump right into it. A number 1 horse here. Now, on the 1 horse here, look, the last time the horse didn't run very good at all. Maybe you could throw that one out if you wanted to. But at Kentucky Downs, the race before that, the horse ran pretty even overall. 7th, 5th, 6th, 6 lengths behind. Now, when you run at Kentucky Downs, it's either you love the track or you hate the track. And it looks like she could handle the track. She just didn't probably get her groove going. So she was right there overall, but she did a decent race on that track if you really look at it. The race before that, she did win at a mile in the 8th, So does this horse have talent? Yes, definitely does. She is 6 years old. Grand Motion is the trainer. Got to love that part of it. Grand Motion and this jockey here, they get 23%. Which is not bad in the win column. You got to like that. And here's the race lens angles. Turf route, outer post to post number 1. The success is only 20. ROI is 26%. That's not too bad. Horse shipping into the track wins at multiple circuits, which is always a good angle. Got to like that. But for me, I think this horse is a little bit over her head in this race. I think she's needs a little bit of softer race. And sometimes it's not just the grade. This is a grade 2. Sometimes you could be in a grade 1 and it could be a soft race. I mean, really, honestly. So this one just is a grade 2. This one's a little bit tougher than normal. So I'm going to take a pass on her, but let's see what she could do later on in this year. Okay, the 2. Here's a horse last time out. Once again, this is another one that didn't do so well. So, I mean, when you could always toss those type of races once in a while out. Time before that, she ran okay overall. She finished second, but it was in a small stakes. So this is another one here. I think this one's going to have to really pick it up because the 2 times before when she ran into grade 3s, she finished 4th both times, did okay. She had, She was right there, about 2.5 lengths, but is it enough? I'm going to say no. I don't think she's got the right stuff for this race. Another one here. And it's the third race after a layoff, looking for improvement. Yeah, she's going to really need to improve a lot. So for me, she's really going to have to step it up. So I'm going to take a pass on her myself on this race. The 3. All right, another one here, but this one hasn't put in a really good race for 5 races now. In the last 4 races have really been not that good. Grade 3, grade 2, and then a couple allowance races. She didn't even wake up. I'm shocked that they're putting her back into a graded stakes. Maybe there's nothing out there for her on turf going long, but she really does need to wake up somehow. That to me, I think they need to take her back sprinting, put her in small stakes, high allowance, even over at Gulfstream on the Tapeta, maybe. But I would shorten her back up and to a mile or less, and probably put her on the dirt or Tapeta itself. So I'm going to take a hard pass on her. 4. Now we're getting interesting here. This horse last time out did a very good job. Finished third, only 2.5 back on the turf on a grade 3. Really did a nice job there. Didn't close hard, but it was sitting there overall the whole race. Chad Brown, you got that Tyler Gaffalione combo. That's a nice little combo. You got to like that. The time before that in the small stakes, this horse really closed really well. And even the time before that, even though she finished second, I like the way she finished. She finishes very nice and strong. You look at her projected ratings. Early pace is an 89, 93, and then she finishes up with a 102. You got to like that. She's going to be flying at the end. I don't think she's going to come from the clouds, though. But even if she did get a bad break and she has to come from the clouds, she's still going to have a major kick, and she's probably one of those horses you better watch out for. Does she have the talent to win? Well, maybe. I would put a maybe on that, but I like her more on the bottom side of my exotics. But I do think she's got enough talent to hit that board a little bit and get a piece of that pie, and that's what I think about her. The 5, last time I did okay, even though it was 6th. She only finished 2.5 off. She was running pretty, sitting there all the time. She ran pretty even overall. Then the 2 times before that was a little bit, not so much, not that good. And then, an allowance, she won where she should have won. So I personally think this horse is a little bit over her head. She needs to probably go back to the allowance or very small stakes on turf course. She runs good at this distance and on turf. So that's where I think she belongs. And for me, I'm going to take a pass on her. Okay, the 6. This horse, last time out won, really nice, closed pretty good. And then even the time before that, when she finished 4th, she closed pretty good. This horse has got a lot of ability. Even when she ran in the small stakes, she did win. So that's where I would expect her to win. So that's why I think she fits very well with these girls in this race. You look at Raceland's angle here. Horse has a 5 furlong bullet workout, which personally, I don't pay attention to the times overall. I just want to always see a nice pattern with the workout. So let's just go back to her pattern. The last time she ran was in October or so. So I got a March 1st. That's the bullet workout they're talking about, 1 minute. And then the February the 22nd, she ran 4 furlongs, did pretty, just 50 seconds and change. And then the February the 16th. So she's got a nice little pattern about, what is that? About 6 days apart, 7 days apart on each rate every time she works out. And then back then she ran even on worked out on February the 9th to the 16th, So that's another 7 days. So I like the pattern. So it's telling me she's ready to go. Is she ready to win? Maybe. I think she's got a heck of a shot in this race. I think Brown has got her fine-tuned, ready to rock and roll. Jose's aboard. Irad rode her, what was it, 4 back? Yeah, 4 back. So Jose's taking over the reins. And, and Chad Brown and Jose, they've teamed up for 31% wins and 63% in the money. That's nice. So, is she a major player? Yes. Do I like her a lot? Yes. So look out for her. I think she's a very tough cookie in this race. And I think you might still get around 4-1 what they say she's going to be. So check it all out. So anyway, I like the 6 there. The 7. You got one that's from South Africa. It's been doing very well down there. Now, we don't have much to go off of. No videos, not much there to go off of. And we got IRAD jumping aboard. Now, Grand Motion and IRAD, they've only hooked up 3 times, 33%, so it's 1 out of 3 that they won on, and 100% in the money. So Grand Motion puts IRAD on very live horses, okay? Let's look at her workouts. March the 2nd, February the 23rd, February the 16th, February the 10th. So another nice pattern, 6 or 7 days constantly. Very nice. Grand Motion's fine-tuning this horse. When Grand Motion has a horse off 6 months or more, he's 25% in the wins. You better think about that. So I like this horse. I think this horse is very, very dangerous. Can she win? Yeah, I think she can. So I think she's one of the 3 horses, I think, in this race that is super, super dangerous. Other than that, I couldn't find any videos on her. I would like to see how she does it, but I do read the comments. She runs comfortably. She ran comfortably. She won very easily, a classy win. So, I mean, you got a lot of those nice things. But remember, it was South Africa grade 1s. We are in grade 2 here in the States. That's much different. But Grand Motion feels something there, sees something there, in my opinion. I trust him as a trainer. Horse won last race as a favorite with a great angle. And then he throws on IRAD. So I think this is a major player. Look out. Remember I said that there was going to be 3 horses that I really like? Well, this is the 3rd one here. Last time out, this horse at Tampa Bay won closing with Pratt aboard, did very well. The time before that at Keeneland, did an excellent job closing, just lost by a half a length. Even in the time before that, she finished 2nd. She did get beat up on that one. She lost by 10, but she was the 2nd best by far. And then that was at Churchill, and then she Keeneland again. She won. Look, she does very good at different tracks, and she wins at Tampa Bay. She really does. So Pratt knows her. Chad Brown. The horse is ready to rock and roll again. This is probably the horse to beat, but I do think there's 2 other horses that can beat her. I really like her a lot, but like I said, there is 2 more. But 9 to 5, yeah, you're probably going to get about 9 to 5, somewhere around there, maybe a little less. But she's definitely a major player. 9. Last time she ran very well, sat very close to the pace, took over the pace halfway through the race or close to it, and just kind of pulled away a little bit. Did an excellent job there. That was an allowance. Now, there's a saying out there, Mr. Christopher Clement and Rosario, when they team up on turf is their highest percentage. But when they team up, most of the time it's 16%, but some of those in there are dirt wins and stuff, some races. Now, Christopher gets off 6+ months, gets 23%. You better look out for that. He gets stakes race, he gets 23%. So he puts them in the right places. This horse, it could be a dangerous horse. I just don't think she's one of the top 3. But I would put her on the bottom side of my exotics for sure. She sits very close to the pace. She might even try to take the pace. Who knows? But definitely a player, but not for the major spots. And then the 10, who I really do think is going to take the lead in this race. Last time out, did very well. Sat very close to the race. She rated a little bit. She won, but that was an allowance race. And then the time before that, she took the lead and she lost by a nose. So she's up against these tougher horses. I think she's going to get challenged by the 9 for sure. All they have to do is sit right there on her, and I think they could have her fold a little bit. I don't see this horse hanging around at the end, but she will be out there in the front winging it. And but for me, if anything, I would put it on her bottom side of my exotics. But right now, I'm going to take a pass on her, and that's how I feel about her. Okay. So there we have the breakdown of that race number 9. And now we're going to go and see what race lens, how they see it, how it's going to all come about. All right. Here we go. All right. So it's on turf. Let's first look at my factors at Tampa Bay. Speed 4, class is 5, form is 4, and then I got distance, jockey, and jockey trainer, all 3s, pace and trainer at 4, and then the rest, track, angles, track addition, all at 3. Now, they see it as this. In the early part, they see the 2, 8, 9, which I do believe the 9 will be out there. I even think the 10 might even try. If that 10 breaks very well, look out the 10. It might go out there in front. But at the halfway part, they have the 2, 8 out there leading it. I don't know if it could be, I guess. But, I just don't see the 8 right there out there that close. But, it could be pretty close overall. The 2, I understand the 2 being out there maybe. And then at the end, they see it at 8, 7, 6, 4, 9. Now, I have it a little bit different. Well, I guess I have it exactly the same. I didn't know that. 8, 7, 6, 4. That's how I see it right there. There you have it. Let's see what the true odds are. What do they got here now? The 7 at 2-1. The morning line is 5-2. It might be closer to 2-1. And then you got 9-5 morning line. They're saying it should be 8-5. And I think you're going to be a lot closer to 8-5 on that 8. So there you have it on that race. That's what Race Lens sees it, how it's going to pan out. Okay. Now we're going to go to the Tampa Bay Derby. Once again, I want to thank Race Lens, one of our sponsors with all these tools here. And, of course, we have another sponsor of Pleasant Acres Stallions in Florida. One of their stallions right here, he had a horse in which one was it? At Gulfstream. That horse did very well, hung in there, I think, for 4th or 5th. But, hey, you can't win them all. But this horse, but anyway, they're starting to get some really nice runners from that farm. And that's why they're partnering up with us to let's say, hey, 2 greats now, we put them together. And if you have a mare, go and check them out, especially if you're there in Florida. They have a lot of great stallions there. And once again, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. I will give you an answer. Or if you want other picks from this card or at Oaklawn, I could give you that also. So here we go on to the big race, the Tampa Bay Derby. Here we go. All right. The 1 here. Owen Almighty. All right. This horse has got a lot of nice speed, does very well. Last time out, ran very, very even against John Hancock. And I think John Hancock ran a very nice race there in that race. So there's nothing disgraced about that race. The time before that, this horse went wire to wire at 7 furlongs. Now, are we pushing this horse? Do I think this horse can get the classic like Derby. I don't know. I think this might be the horse's limitations when it comes to distance, but you know what? I've been known to be wrong before, but off of breeding, that's what I'm thinking a little bit, but this horse got a lot of speed. So if this horse takes off on its own, it could go wire to wire. And I think this horse has got that much talent to do some damage. And Brian, as the trainer, he's an excellent trainer. He knows what he's doing to get him there. And you got IRAD, you got to love that part. So I think this horse is a major player. But is this horse one of my top 2 picks? I'm going to say no, but I definitely want to put this in my trifectas and maybe an exactor or 2, but definitely on that. And if you want to toss him in, if you like the speed and you like who he is, I don't want to talk you off of him. Maybe you have to throw him in on your pick 4 or pick 5. So now, the 2, Chancer McPatrick. This horse last time threw in a big clunker, but that was at the Breeders' Cup. They didn't have the pace that they were supposed to have. Citizen Bull had its way all the way around, gaming, and there was another Baffert horse, I believe another Baffert horse. They just did a block, and Citizen just ran nice, even cruising speed. Look at the 6 furlong, they ran 112. This Citizen Bull should have won that race, yes, because of that. This horse needs a pace to run at. Now, with that being said, this horse has been off since November. Is he going to be ready? Well, look, you got Chad Brown, the trainer. So Chad Brown, with this off from 2 to 6 months, he gets 20% wins. I think this horse needs a little bit of a pace. He doesn't have to have a super fast pace. He just needs to sit up there pretty close. And they're putting the blinkers on. This is where it gets me a little bit. Chad Brown's putting the blinkers on, you know. Look at his win percentage when he puts the blinkers on. 27%. And he's a plus 35% in the ROI, return on your investment. I do believe that this horse, right now before this race, of course, is my second pick for the Derby. I think this was one of my horses I've been watching, and when he didn't do so good in the Breeders' Cup, I said to myself, hey, self, give this horse another shot. He didn't quite have the race that he was supposed to have. Let's see what kind of talent he is. And then he's grown up a little bit, and like I said, Chad Brown's putting on the blinkers. Pratt's jumping up, staying aboard this horse. So it tells me a little something. Now, like I said before we started this whole show, you don't quite have to win this race, but I want to see this horse do something big, something great, okay, no matter what. So I really like this horse a lot. This is a major, major player, so look out. All right, Hill Road is another one from Chad Brown. This horse was off. He was in the Breeders' Cup, but this horse did better in the Breeders' Cup. And he finished third. Not too bad. You got to like that part. He advanced between the foes, as they say on the charts there. He did pretty good. He finished pretty well. A nice horse. Got to like this horse. This horse is bred to go long. Quality Road out of a Lemon Drop mare. This could be a Derby horse here. This one could be one of them that I'd be looking at too as my second choice. And guess what? Chad Brown's adding the blinkers to this one. Interesting. So, with that being said, you know, when they add the blinkers, you're trying to get them a little bit more focused. Sometimes you get more speed out of them. Maybe for the 2, you're probably getting a little bit more speed, a little bit more focus. This one is probably just a little bit more focused too. Doesn't show much speed when he does run, so maybe that's what he needs. I like this horse a lot, but I just don't know if this is one of the top horses for this race. I don't know if it's set up perfect for this horse yet, but definitely a major player. Definitely for the exotics, the bottom side. So look out for this horse. Is a player once again. The 4, Bordeaux, I guess that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. This horse got some speed. Likes the off track. a lot. One on a muddy track, one on a wet track. Went wire to wire both times. Stepping up in class majorly. Uh, Off of Lasix again. Jose's aboard. He knows how to. He's going to rate this horse pretty good. I have faith in that. You got Nyquist out of a pulpit mare. That speaks it. The horse could go the distance, no problem. 15-1. You got to probably like that too. But I think there's enough speed in here and other things. So I think this, for me, I want to watch this horse. I want to see if he has that kind of talent up to some of these other horses. So I'm going to take a pass, but it's going to be keep an eye on this horse. Now, remember, once again, like I've said on the other shows, you got to look at the races after the race is done. Go back, watch it, see if you had money. No, don't just look at the one you had money on. Just check them all out, see who did what, who got in trouble. This is how you're going to learn who's going to be a better horse in the Derby and how you can eliminate some horses for the Derby also. Okay, the 5 here. Another one with blinkers on. What does that mean? They're all putting blinkers on. I guess it's that time before the Derby. You want to find out if blinkers helps them. This horse is going to need some help. All right. Dylan Davis is riding great right now, but I think he's going to have his work cut out for him. Last 2 times has not really shown much. I got not much to say on this horse. This horse really he needs to improve a lot. Okay. So I'm going to take a pass. Naughty Rascal, the 6. Okay. Last time out, pretty bad. You could toss it though if you want to. The time before that, did very good. Ran second. Was basically on pace all the way around, but that was a small stakes. And the time before that was small stakes, and all these times before that was all small stakes. Is this horse over his head? I'm going to say yes. So for me, I'm going to take a pass. This horse is going to have to improve a lot to get me to start looking at this horse for the Derby. Patch Adams, the number 7, Into Mischief out of a distorted humor mare. This last time out, the horse ran pretty good overall. Finished, 4th, finished 2.5 back. Didn't really put it in gear like I thought he could last time. That was in the Southwest. So do we throw that one out? Maybe you can. I think this horse has got great talent. But I think this horse is, right now, the way this race is setting up, this horse is a pressure type horse. It could set up for this horse in this race right now. You got 1 speed. I think it's cheap speed. This horse could be sitting there second, pushing it. This horse might take over at the right time going around the turn for home. And if he gets the first step really quick, it might be hard for Chance McPatrick, the 2, to catch him. But I think this horse is very dangerous here. What else am I going to say about this horse? You got Cox, Florent, you go on jockey. You can't knock anything else there. This horse was a beaten favorite. They do the jockey switch back. Pratt's off, but Pratt's on the other horse, the 2. And then you got a horse that has a 5 furlong bullet. Once again, like I said, I don't look at times. I look at space between workouts. You got March 1st to February 22nd, February the 15th. Are you seeing a pattern here? It's like almost every 7 days, once again. So check that out. So there's that race right there. So now we're going to go to the see what Racelands, how they think it's going to all pan out on this. And let's check it all out. Now, here we go. First, my factors here. I'll do that real quick for you. Speed for class and form at 5 on the dirt. Distance at 4. And then you got jockey, trainer at 3. And then you got pace and trainer both at 4. And then you got track angles and track condition all at 3. Now, they see this race, the 1 going out in front, which I kind of see that. But I actually think that that 7 is going to sit second. I really do think that. See how they see it in the middle of the race, 1-7. That's how I see it now. At the end, they're seeing the 7 taking that first step, probably right around the turn for home, is going to get that jump there, that jump. But Chancellor Patrick, I think if Brown has this guy fine-tuned, he could get a little closer. If he stays close enough within two lengths of the 7 and the 1, he can make one big move there and catch him. But they see it as 7, 2, 3, 1, and 4, and at 36%, 24, 13, and 10 and 10. So this is how I see it. I see it at 2, 7, 1, 3. So I have a little bit of reverse order there, what they have, but that's how I have it on that race. Oops. I'm going to go back and now we're going to go and see how I'm going to play this tomorrow, Saturday, excuse me. And here we go. All right, this is the Tampa Bay Derby, of course, and the pick 5 starts in the 8th race. In the 8th race, I like 12, 7, 1, 6. I'm doing the try 12, 7 with the 12, 7, 1, 6, 5, and then to the all. I think there's a chance of some long shot in there for that bottom side. I think that's a wide open race. The 8th race is just a pure wide open race. And same thing with the 10th. Pick 5. I'm going to go 12, 7, 1, 6, 5, 8. So 6 horses in my first leg. That'd be the 8th race. The second leg, the 9th race, I'm going 8, 7, 6, 3 horses in there. We covered that race. I'm going with my top 3 picks. And then in the third leg, I said it's the 10th race. It's kind of wide open. I'm going 9, 10, 7, 6, 2. And then in that fourth leg, which is the Tampa Bay Derby, I'm going just the 2 horses. I think the 2's the winner. I think Brown will have him fine-tuned up, but Patch Adams, the 7, I think has a heck of a shot. So I'm going to put 2 in there. I mean, in theory, I could put 4, but somewhere you got to start cutting back, and you got to keep the ticket within reason, because if all the favorites win all these races, you can't put out an $800 ticket and it pays $700. You just can't do it. And then the final leg, which is the 12th race, it's a maiden race. Unfortunately, it's a maiden. I just went 2 horses again, the 2-1. Once again, I could have gone about 4 deep in there, but you got to start making cuts. I think the 8th and the 10th are super wide open, so I'm going to hope for a little price in those. Now, in the 9th race, here's how I have see him coming in. 9th race, 8, 7, 6, 4. I'm doing exacta 8, 7. The 10th, I'm doing I see him coming in this order: 9, 10, 7, 6. The try is 9, 10, 9, 10, 7, 6, 2 with the all. I forgot to put the all there. Okay. And then in the 11th race, I'm going with the 2, 7, 1, 3. And I want to do the exacta, just 2, 7. And then I want to do a daily double, late daily double, the 2 with the 2. I'm just going to go for it. And then the 12th race, in that maiden race, I'm going 2, 1, 10, 5. And I'm just going to do the exacta, 2, 1. So there's my picks there. And once again, I'm going back and thanking everybody there. And let's go out there and get some winners. Hopefully this is the weekend we hit that. I mean, we've been coming so close the last couple of weekends. It's just one of those things. This is the way it is. So let's go out there and get those winners. And until then.
And here's Tama in the final stages. The Santa Anita Derby goes to Tama. It's Tama, absolutely terrific, winning Malibu by 4 widening lengths.
To pass
Past the Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Past the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Luis Saez to win the Belmonte Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Blood. That makes you related. Loyalty. That makes you family. Nobody does it better.